they light up the onion.
He didn't do a volcano?
He did like a train. He had like a train whistle and he like moved it.
Oh, I was so confused why he was whistling. It was supposed to be a train?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Teresa.
And I'm Emily.
This is No Ordinary Friendship.
We promise a short break from real life, just for a little bit.
We all have our people.
And now you are one of them.
Welcome back, listeners.
Hello. We have hit episode 30.
That's a big milestone.
Yes.
Did you think we would make it this far?
I did. I had no doubt because our friendship has lasted so long. If our podcast like sputtered out in like 10 episodes, what would that say about us?
Steven was like, I feel like your friendship is stronger than ever.
I feel that way too.
I agree.
I feel the podcast is an excuse for us to prioritize a friendship that deserves to be prioritized.
Agreed. And we have an excuse to talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about now. And it's like kind of relevant.
It's our work. I'm like, sorry, I have to go talk to Teresa.
I have to tell her about this TikTok right now.
I also have to watch TikTok for work because I need things to talk about.
And I feel like because you know so much of my life, that it's easy to just say anything and you kind of understand the context. I don't have to give you any backstory, which is really
Totally.
nice.
You don't have to make excuses or apologize for being you.
Do I do that?
No, but I just mean like if it was a stranger like at work or something.
Yeah. I have to give a lot of caveats and disclaimers. Oh, even when I talk to Steven now, I'm like, can you just get it? Can you just get it? There are times when he asks me about things, I'm just like, ugh, no, you don't need more details.
Also, when you go back to work, then you have to like have your fake laugh again.
Oh, I've been having interviews and I feel exhausted mentally because
your fake laugh.
It's in my it's like a work persona, right? Like you're on and it's not really you.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It's not fully you.
Yeah. I really don't like that.
I was thinking like, if any of my coworkers listened to our podcast, they would kind of be like, who is this girl? Because it's not who I present at work.
Yeah.
And that's just how people are, right?
Right.
Is anyone truly themselves at work?
I really think that's why people are so exhausted after work because of the mental drain it has, especially on introverts.
Yes.
Like the mental drain it has on you when you're pretending to be someone when you're not.
Yeah.
Even though it is kind of you, but it's like the work version.
Yeah. It's like partially you.
Yeah. Ugh. Okay. Breaking news.
Yes. Your badass tenant?
No, you wrote that.
Oh, I did. oh my gosh. This was so long ago that you put it. Okay. Yes. I have a tenant in my SoCal condo. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure she's Korean. So I was like, oh yeah, that's like the K.
You're not even Korean. Oh, okay. I thought you're proud.
So, we had like a plumbing issue and I feel like I'm a really nice landlord. Like I immediately respond. I immediately get on the issue, unlike my current landlord or his manager, I guess. But anyway, this plumber was supposed to come. He already flaked on her once. So they rescheduled for like a Friday.
Okay.
And then he texts her that Friday, like partway into the window. And he's like, I'll do my best to come. And she got so pissed. She was like, I told him to cancel. This is disrespectful. I'm writing a Yelp review. And then I texted him, and because I'm a landlord and I'm remote, so he actually has done good work for us in the past. So I didn't want to like sever the relationship. So I was like, hey, I heard you can't make it. That's really frustrating for her because she moved her schedule. And anyway, I was like, hope we can work together in the future, which I meant like after this tenant is gone. And then apparently he like, maybe he saw the Yelp review. Maybe he just
she wrote it.
Maybe he didn't want to like sever the relationship, but he was able to go fix it. And she was like, all right, he came. Everything is working. I took down the Yelp review. But I feel like she is such a badass because like she just tells it like it is, right? Yeah, like that is disrespectful. You said you were going to come. You're not coming. And that's happened to me so many times. And I'm just like, okay, no problem. And I'm like so polite. I can't even fire my current house cleaners who I feel like do a really mediocre job.
That comes up like once every 2 weeks or something. Then you can't fire them.
I just don't know what's wrong with me that like I'm too polite or too soft-hearted to like hurt other people's feelings, even though it's maybe sometimes
You're a little bit of a people pleaser.
I'm such a people pleaser.
It's hard though because like on one hand, life happens and you want to be understanding of that.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, like if it's a consistent pattern, which it sounds like it's not,
it's
almost like whoever yells the loudest gets what they want.
Yeah.
And you're badass that yelled the loudest and threatened with the Yelp review.
Yes.
Or she followed through.
She
with the Yelp
followed
review.
through.
Did she
Yeah.
tell him that she was gonna write a Yelp review?
I'm not sure.
did
I didn't
she
see
say?
their text exchange. She just told me, I told him to cancel. And then she was like, it's not a rush. Just find someone for next week. Like, at least she was reasonable with me, not like find someone today right away. Like, she's been generally polite with us. But I just thought that was really funny.
On that note, I had a plumber come when we had a leak in my master bedroom, and we have wallpaper, and wallpaper sucks when there's a leak because the entire pattern changed because of the water damage. One guy came over and was like, he estimated $3,000 to $6,000. He was gonna rip everything out, make sure there was no mold, and he sounded very professional. He came very quickly. 2 other guys came. Always get second and third opinions. And they were like, oh, you just have a hole on the top of your window. We can seal that right up. Clean out your gutters. We did that, and everything's working perfectly.
Oh, nice.
So I feel like the first guy didn't even try the more minimal approach. He was just in there to like give his advice, get a lot of money, and move on. But
Because it's probably worked for him before. Yeah.
But like all that extra work though. Ugh. Anyways, sorry.
Yes, getting a second opinion, truly. Last thing related to that, we were getting our car annual maintenance or whatever, or I don't know what it is because Victor handles it. But he went to the dealership and he was like, is this all of the required or the standard stuff? And they said, yes, but it was going to cost like $800 or $900.
Whoa.
And while he was waiting, he's like, that seems ridiculous. So he called another dealership in a different location and they quoted him like $200 or $300.
Because they figure you're already there, right? Like you'll probably just do it. You're not going to go get another quote.
But he like called, he was so pissed and he called and he was like, stop doing work on my car. I'm coming to get it. Like, you guys were not honest with me because I asked specifically and I'm like, I'm not coming to this
huge
dealership
difference.
Again.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait,
And
was
it's
it a Kia dealership?
Yeah.
And he called another Kia dealership. Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Isn't that weird?
That's
like,
weird.
People are just so dishonest.
And your car's pretty new, too.
It is pretty new. I mean, it doesn't have any
It's not
major
under warranty or
issues
anything
yet.
still?
No, I don't think so. But yeah.
All right. All right, moving on.
Okay.
What's your Benihana review?
I wanted to hear what you thought.
Okay, listeners, we went to Benihana for a half birthday, half
Baby sprinkle.
Yeah, for 2 different girls, and we're in our late 30s.
Yes, and I feel like a lot of our friends, who some of them are listeners, were like, why are we going to a Benihana? So I want to hear your honest review.
I liked it. It was better than I thought. It was more expensive than I originally remember.
Same.
Our friend was, every meal was about, I mean, they call it a five-course meal. I think that was being generous.
It's like a 1-2-course meal.
It comes with a soup, a salad, your main, some fried rice, and a dessert.
Some shrimp.
But like people will call that a set, not a 5-course meal.
Yeah.
One of our friends was like, "Didn't this used to be 12?" I was like, it was
No.
never 12. It was about like upper 30s, 40-ish, just like before tax
for
and
the
tip and all that.
baseline. If you go like fancy, it was like 50s.
But overall, I thought it was quite good. You know, the poor chef, he wasn't getting that much from us.
I
Like,
know, we weren't a captive audience.
we were definitely clapping and going, ooh, but mine were fake. Like, I was definitely overdoing
The
it.
train was new to me.
What train?
It used to just be an onion volcano, but now they turned it into an onion train. You know, when the fire,
Yeah.
they light up the onion.
He didn't
thingy?
do a volcano?
He did like a train. He had like a train whistle and he like moved it.
Oh, I was so confused why he was whistling. It was supposed to be a train?
Yeah.
Okay, honestly, I was confused. I was like, oh, is this like a kid thing? They're trying to play music?
Yeah, I think that's new. Like that was
Yeah.
an innovation.
What was funny was we were sitting right across from a family or 2 families, and they had 4 kids total.
Yeah.
And they were pretty loud.
Yeah.
And I was like, we all came to get away from our kids. And here we are literally
across.
facing other
We
people's
can't not
kids.
look at them. But at least we didn't have to comfort them and
Right.
deal with their meltdowns.
Overall, I thought it was really fun, though. It was like
did
a good group activity. It was a great view, oddly enough. We went to a location that was by the bay. I mean, it was like a tiny window, but I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I could just stare out here if I didn't want to talk to anyone.
I thought it was like refreshing, like just different from what we've done in the past.
Yeah. And I actually thought the service was really good, too. Like,
Yeah.
there were multiple people helping us out. It didn't seem like they were understaffed. I told them I didn't want butter because they put a shit ton of butter
Yeah.
at Benihana. And they were super accommodating. Didn't mess up anything.
Totally. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. I've had fun too, but I felt like everyone was like,
Emily
picked it.
Emily needed to ask because Emily suggested it.
I suggested it in a list of multiples,
I don't
but
remember
Evelyn
the other
picked it.
ones.
I think we
Like a
said
handroll
mince
spot.
and honey. Yeah, like we gave many options.
Yeah.
So at the end, someone else picked it.
I was telling Steven about how there was a table next to us. They're probably in their 30s, early 30s maybe. They were going crazy. I was like, are they drunk? Because
really?
anytime the chef did something, they're like, oh, shit.
They're just in a more fun period of
Yeah.
life.
But really, I think they're a little bit drunk.
Oh.
Okay, yesterday, I had jury duty.
Yes.
It was just yesterday when I was complaining about getting summoned. But I went and, let me pull out my notes.
Okay.
It wasn't all that bad. I ultimately got dismissed because I have a trip right in the middle of the scheduled trial time.
Okay.
But overall, I was thinking I'd be the perfect candidate to be a
Really?
juror. Well, it was a murder trial, not because of that, but because,
That's like a big deal. It's not like a small.
Yeah. Well, he did say it was short.
Oh.
So that was
Like,
interesting,
oh, we know
too.
he's guilty.
But I think I'm perfect because, one, I'm not really working. I don't really have a financial hardship if I do it. I think I'm relatively objective. And I would be not happy, but like I would definitely put in the time and effort.
Yeah,
and
you would take it
I
seriously.
would be present for it. And the first part of being there for like 3 hours was an hour of them showing us videos of like why this is important.
Oh,
and-
really?
yeah. Giving us.
They didn't show that in the show, the jury duty show.
You just sit there. It's like a room of 350 people.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was shocked that there's so many people there. It is.
Yeah.
And in San Francisco, there are 2 places you go to, the Hall of Justice or Civic Center. And so there was like the same thing happening in 2 different locations.
Oh, wow.
And I got summoned for the second half of the day. And there's one already happening at 8:30. So it's like, how many trials are going on? But we were in this really large room and people from all walks of life, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
But the government that was running it, it was like 2 people.
Oh my gosh.
They were checking everyone in. That took forever.
Oh gosh.
So I guess one of the pro tips for SF is if you're late, it's okay. The line's going to be long. Because at first I was really rushing to get there. I was like really frantic with parking. I don't know why. I felt like the government was out to get me if I was late or something.
They're gonna put you in jail.
But it was totally fine. Oh, and they never even checked my ID or anything.
Really?
Like people had their badge barcode, whatever. I didn't. They just asked me for my name. So technically you could have gone for me, I feel like.
Interesting.
It was weird, right? That they don't check ID.
Can't go to jury duty. I'll step in for you.
I mean, I think at one point if you get far enough along in the process, maybe that would happen, but
Interesting.
okay, I had some thoughts though as I was sitting there. Oh, they also showed us a video on like basic terms, like teaching you what a judge was, defendant,
Cute.
prosecutor. And I was like, ooh, I wouldn't want somebody that's like just learning these
Yes.
terms to be on the jury.
But I guess
okay.
they will be, right?
They showed us a video on implicit bias. And I was like, am I at a corporate training event? You're still only getting paid $16 a day if you get selected.
That's it?
And I was like, how is inflation
Does that
not
even cover
helping?
parking?
Parking, you only get. So I was a little bit annoyed because I thought parking would be validated, which is what they wrote on the website. It is validated, but at like a very high rate.
Oh.
So you still
And
have to pay the
also,
high
do you
rate.
get like meals? Do you get paid?
I think you get meals, yeah.
Okay.
But I do have to say, all this administrative stuff happened. You fill out different forms, and then the judge comes in to talk to you, and the bailiff, I guess, the guy that works at the sheriff's department was like kind of corralling everyone, and then right when he walks in, everybody had to stand up
For the judge,
for the
right?
judge, and then we
Yeah.
all had to take an oath together, all 300 of us,
Oh, wow.
which I thought was a very odd experience because one, why do we stand up for a judge?
To show respect.
Yeah, but like
It's probably from the olden days, like
Yeah.
from the British days,
I didn't mind.
of different classes. Or
And when he
whatever.
started talking, I was like, oh, I respect this judge, because everyone else before that, I was like, they were reading off a piece of paper and their microphones were not working well. And they probably had a TV the size of my living room TV for a really large room. So remember the olden days on a plane, you all watch a movie together
yeah.
on the little screen?
Gosh, I forgot about that.
Like everyone had to watch the same movie.
And like if you were in a seat where you couldn't really see, especially as a kid, you'd be like craning your neck
Yeah.
the whole time trying to find
there
the
were some
window.
big pillars in there
Or you had to watch
too.
the side ones, which were small.
Oh, they also, okay, so after you check in, I guess they want to make sure that everyone is still in the room. So they did roll call.
For 300 people.
And they said my entire full name and every person go, here, present, here.
I wish you took some video.
They were very strict. They were like, no videos, no camera. And then when the judge came in, they were like, everyone put your cell phones and laptops away.
Oh, wow.
It really was like a classroom.
Yeah.
Oh, vending machine. If you want to get into the vending machine game, you should definitely invest in the Hall of Justice in San Francisco, or like any jury. I mean,
maybe the
civic court.
DMV.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
But jury duty, like you were there for at least a couple hours, right?
Okay.
And I went during lunchtime, and I was starving. They didn't have any great snacks, and they were all. It was like probably half gone. I feel like they could probably fill it up more.
You
often.
are giving me good intel for my millionth side hustle.
And then my last thing I'll say is there were some adults there that were acting like children. I feel like
That's not surprising.
Yeah, I know. Because, nobody really wants to be there. And there were these two guys behind me. They just resonated like tech bro energy.
Oh, no. They knew each other, too?
They didn't. They just started talking and no one else was talking. Like among 300 people, no one was talking to one another. So I could really hear their conversation. And they were just, I feel like they were being very childish. Like, oh, yeah, I'm too cool for this. Like, I don't want to get in on this. And I don't know. It frustrated me.
They're probably like fluffing their feathers to each other, too.
For sure. I feel like they're probably amping each other up.
Yeah.
Thinking, and I'm like, you guys are old. Stop it.
Do I need to give you a talking to? Do I need to call your mother?
But it would have been cool to be selected as a juror, actually.
Yeah.
Especially because now I'm not actually working. I don't feel that same type
stress.
of pressure and stress.
Totally.
But I can see myself, even though my job is in tech, it's obviously not so important where like I can't miss 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But if they make you feel that way at work, and and
even though it's your civic duty, like you don't have any way around it.
yeah, exactly. And I was thinking back like, oh, I was so brainwashed because for sure I would have been freaking out being like, I have this meeting, I have this presentation. Like I'm going to have to do double the work because I'm not in those meetings because I'm at jury duty.
Yeah.
So what's my conclusion here? I don't know, but that was my ramble.
Do jury duty when you're not employed.
Okay, we could skip Sausalito.
Are you sure?
Okay, I went to Sausalito after Benihana. Steve and I had a date night, and we were only
gosh, you did.
we were only gonna go to Japantown, which is really close to where we live. But when I came home, I know I had just been with like my girlfriends for 2 hours. When I came home, I was like not feeling my kids at all.
I was the same. I was like, I thought I would be more loving because
Me
I had
too.
gotten away, but I was more annoyed at
Me
them.
too. And I was like, there's no good rationale for this, but I looked at Steve and I was like, we gotta go further. We gotta go to the water. And he's like, I agree. I've been with the kids for so long. So we left, and luckily we had help. And just escaping across the bridge really made a big difference.
Good.
I
I'm so
really
glad you
encourage
did
anyone
it.
that
And you
has
went on a date night, which was one of your resolutions.
Yeah, we barely talked to each other, but because food took forever. And by that time, he was pretty hangry. And then we ate everything that we saw, and we took a whole pizza home. And then
Nice.
Steven ate the whole thing at night.
Oh my god.
And Tyler was pissed because I told him he could have the pizza for breakfast the next day. He came to me crying, being like, there's no more.
Oh, you should have saved him one slice.
Oh, no, he got one. He just wanted
more. Okay,
Yeah.
that's tough.
Okay, that's it on Sausalito.
Nice. Okay, pop culture. So we were texting each other about skin influencers.
Yes.
Skin-fluencers. And do you want to go first? Because it was kind of your initial gripe, but I have very similar gripes.
Well, you brought up skin flooding
last
time,
week,
right?
yeah.
And I was looking into this girl, not specific to her, but like just skin influencers in general. I'm like, who are these people with perfect skin in their 20s, getting 8 hours of sleep, no other responsibilities like children or a stressful corporate job or anything else? And I was like, show me somebody that's like postpartum in their 40s
With children,
like
have a lot of
working
time.
mom, not a lot of time, 5 hours sleep. Like, show me what products they're using.
Totally.
Like, and then I'll be impressed.
Yes, I agree. I was thinking if you're in your 20s, you should definitely have to disclose on your profile your age. And then, like, honestly, if you did nothing, your skin would be beautiful.
Yeah.
You are full of collagen. You are, like, in the prime of life.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would trust them on is, like, acne stuff. Like, if they cleared their skin, then yes, good for you. You should be influencing that. But you don't really have wrinkles. You don't really have age spots.
No.
You know, like, don't be telling me this made your skin so wrinkle-free because it was wrinkle-free.
Yeah, you never had a wrinkle. You don't even know what a fine line is,
We're
okay?
so bitter.
We're so bitter because I didn't do this stuff in my 20s, and I
Same.
wish I did. I
I
was like,
think I wore SPF at least.
did you do it every day?
I think it was in my moisturizer. Yeah.
Okay. But you never reapplied.
No, never.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still don't.
It's hard.
Because, like, you don't think to do it.
And the texture feels funky on
Yeah.
your face afterwards. But we should.
Yeah. But anyway, yes, we should find skin influencers who are the right age.
Yeah.
Well, actually, there was one on TikTok that got served a while ago. She's 37. I don't know if she has kids, which I do think is a big factor.
Yeah, like hormones really change as well.
Not only hormones,
beyond just
but your
exhaustion.
sleep.
Mhm.
Yeah, just like your ability to invest in yourself versus like making sure your kids are alive. But she's 37 at least, and her skin did look really good.
Okay.
And I think she said like she doesn't do Botox or fillers or anything. If she comes across my FYP, I will send it to you.
Okay. Sounds good. And Backsnob, I think, is a really good example as well.
Yes.
She seems to...
She's more real. And you could tell her skin does look like slightly more mature, but it's very good for her age.
Oh, you can tell?
I feel like I can.
Okay. I need to look her up again. It's been a while.
Because you're not on Instagram. Okay, so apparently, did you see this news? The
No.
U.S. used to always be in the top 20 happiest countries ranking. Don't ask me the like data behind it, because you know I'm a headlines person. But this year, I think it was people under 30 fell out of the top 20.
People under 30. Okay.
Like, I guess age range wise. So the US is like getting less and less happy. Although people, I think, over 60 were still in the top 20, which is nice because I was thinking of like my parents and stuff. I'm like, they deserve to be happy.
Yeah, they do.
And it's probably because they're not all like in this social media frenzy and all of that. And
they don't have like student debt.
yeah. And like the economy, inflation, all of this work stuff. Like I've been seeing a lot of people feeling burnout from applying for jobs, which I don't know if you're feeling that or getting to that point because you're still early on in your search. But there are people who on TikTok said they've been applying to like hundreds of jobs. They've gotten to like 5 or 6 final round interviews, and it always like doesn't end up being like a job.
Don't tell me this.
Well, you're different. You're highly qualified.
I'm a podcaster, guys.
You're gonna get whatever you want. But I just mean, like, I think like all of that takes such a strain on your mental health.
Yeah.
And then like social media adds on to just like you seeing other people have fabulous lives and feeling like, why am I not like that? So yeah,
That's true.
I think we need to really be mindful of our kids because it's all just going to get worse.
Worries me for the
yeah.
future.
And how do we build, I think, like mental resilience is what I've been thinking about.
Well, a lot of the criticism for parents now is like we coddle our kids, right?
Yes,
And
which
so
we
they
do.
don't have the wait, so who was in the top 20 happiest countries?
I think a lot of the Norwegian countries.
Okay, that makes
which
sense.
It always seems to be. They have really good like government support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have terrible weather.
I know.
sometimes.
I would be pretty sad living there because you know how I feel about cold.
Right, but I
and
guess they have
wind.
childcare and good health care, so
Yeah.
it makes up for it.
And just maybe like the way their community is structured, you know?
Yeah.
Like you were talking about those third place things. Like I bet they have a lot of them.
Yeah. And their neighbors probably can help watch their kids
Yeah.
or dogs or whatever, and
Yeah.
it wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah. Okay, and then somewhat related, have you seen on TikTok? Girls in New York City are just getting punched in the face.
No.
It was like 3 in a row on the same day. So one
by
girl,
the same person?
I don't know. And I don't, maybe not, but maybe this one girl who I think is like, has a pretty big following posted like, I just got punched in the face. And she had this huge bump on her forehead. She's like, I was just like looking down on my phone. But I wasn't like in anyone's way. It wasn't crowded. And all of a sudden, like someone punched her. And then this other girl posts that she got punched and she has like this bruise like here. And she's like, my friends told me, so that she tags like the other girl. And a third girl also gets punched same day. So I don't know if it's like a one person doing it or if it's a weird coincidence. Or maybe it's happening like more than to just these girls. They're just the ones that show up on TikTok.
Right.
But how scary.
A woman hater out there for sure.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. Super crazy.
I wouldn't even know what to do. I'd just be stunned.
Well, I remember once you got like bit by a dog in New York City.
Yes.
And that's what came to mind because it's like just so shocking to you. You almost don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Right?
I remember I got bit by the dog and it was like the dog bit my calf and it clung onto it and kind of like wriggled around. And the guy, clearly this dog has done this before because the guy just started yelling at me going, he didn't bite you! He didn't bite you! He didn't bite you!
Was he a homeless guy? Or?
He wasn't homeless, but he definitely seemed not all there.
Okay.
It was also very...
Because I was going to say, if you were like a meaner person, you definitely could call animal control on him. Because if a dog attacks a person, that's like...
Yes.
You know.
Well, I was stunned. I was shocked.
Yeah.
Like, I think maybe 5 seconds later, which probably was actually too long when he was already walking the other direction, I was like, he bit me. He bit me. And I ended up going to this local, like, bodega and asked for some napkins to clean it off.
Oh, my gosh.
And I was like, should I go to the
Checked
doctor?
for
Yeah.
rabies?
I mean, I did go to the doctor. They were like, did it seem like a wild, like truly wild rabid dog? And I was like, no, he had a leash on and seemed semi-clean.
That's really bad, though, that a dog would like bite a stranger.
I was running.
Like, unprovoked.
You don't go running. Don't
No,
exercise.
I don't go running.
Don't go. No, not just you, but just like in general, there's no need to go running. Like I'm not a runner. And for some reason, my friend convinced me to go running along the West Side Highway. What a mistake. If I just stayed at home
that was
then.
the universe telling you, no more
Stop
running,
it.
Teresa.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I want to hear more about those girls getting punched, though, like if they find the guy.
Yeah, I'll keep you updated if I see any other updates.
Okay.
See how I was also thinking, like, I do really like TikTok more and more as I watch it. Like, when I first was on TikTok, it was all people singing, people dancing, and it's like, yeah, that's entertaining.
Yeah.
But now I do feel like I'm just, like, getting a bigger, like, my world has been broadened.
I totally agree with that. And I use it as my Google, like I mentioned to you, like for recipes and things like that.
Although apparently people get mad if you don't Google things and just ask TikTok.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Who's mad?
Or my cucumber one.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, still gets views. It's over 500,000 views.
People are
listeners.
still saving it, actually, for I don't know what reason. Okay, Parenthood and family section.
Okay.
I volunteered at Tyler's school for the very first time
nice.
on Tuesday, and it was such a heartwarming experience.
Really?
Like, I really felt like these are the years, these are the moments. Like, sentimental me really came out. I was so proud of him. He tried different things that he typically never does. They have like a sensory motor room where he went across the obstacle course, and the teacher told me that he's like one of the only kids that doesn't do it. He likes to observe on the side, even though it's been a couple months already. You gave
him the courage?
He did it like a champ. It didn't even seem like he was hesitant. He just stood in line, waited, and like,
oh my gosh.
I was so proud of him. The teacher was like, come take a video. He's never done this.
Oh, yay.
But I went in with a pimple patch on. Have you ever used one before?
The ones that like hide or the ones that are like a star or a heart?
The ones that are nude, so they hide it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I've used those.
Yeah, I've used it. It was my first time. I was definitely getting my period, and the kids
loved it.
They came up to me. It was my first time out in public ever with it. They looked at me so closely with like a fine-tooth comb, and they're like, "What's that? Did you get a shot there? Why do you have that? Can I touch it?" And I had like a line of kids waiting to touch it. I was like, don't touch it. You're making it worse.
Oh my gosh. That's like, I don't know if I told you, one Friday, it was like 2 weeks ago when the weather was actually warm, and we brought Waffle to school pickup on a Friday. So Victor was able to come with me. And then it was so hot in the car, so he brought Waffle out. And I don't know if it was the heat or what. Waffle threw up. So we cleaned it
up in your family.
Well, she throws up like kind of all the time. It's fine. That one doesn't gross me
Waffle?
out. She'll like drink too much water and throw up. Like, not a huge deal. But this time, like, there was like some food in it. So luckily, like, one of the moms had a water bottle. So we like cleaned it up just because there were kids all around. But the kids were so curious. They formed a circle, like it was circle time, and everyone was just watching as we cleaned the throw up. And then they like the younger ones like kept creeping up, wanting to touch it. And the parents like, no, don't touch it. The kids are so funny. We were like, oh, apparently all you need is like a little pile of throw up.
Yeah,
to
something
keep them
new.
entertained.
Something exciting was happening.
Yes.
Who's gonna clean it up next?
But speaking of the pimple patches, I actually was going to talk to you about it. You know, Gen Z now has like pimple patches that they look like little stickers.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why is Gen Z so cool? Like, we try to cover it up and we're like embarrassed. They're like, oh yeah, I've got pimples. Look, now I made them cute. Yeah. And like, why didn't we do that?
And reality TV stars are doing it now too, because, you know, they wake up and they just have their pimple cream on. Like, they don't even try to hide it anymore.
Yeah, but the little stickers are so cute.
They are cute.
And I kind of want to, like, wear them.
You want to get some pimples, Emily?
I mean, I do get pimples, but I kind of want to wear them.
I wonder if they work. I don't really know. Like, is it supposed to dry out? Because the one I got was from Taiwan. It's all in Chinese.
Yeah.
And
I think it is supposed to, like, somehow suck up the...
something.
I don't know, yeah.
But it was a fun experience. I loved it. I signed up Steven.
Oh, you did?
And he's like, I can't make it.
So you
like,
went?
It's a month away. No, I'm gonna make
for
him
next
go.
month.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice. That will be my future because I do have to commit to like 40 hours of like
volunteer
parent
time?
involvement. Yeah, at
40?
Charlie's school. Yeah,
That is a lot.
yeah. I think if you're a single parent household, it's 20. But you know, I'm going to be doing all 40.
Wait, 40 is a lot for the entire year?
Yeah.
Wait.
I know. I'm going to be busy. But I don't know. Like, I'm not working right now.
Is every parent committing 40 hours?
You have to. Or I guess they're not going to penalize you, but that's what you agree to when you sign up.
But you can do stuff
It
maybe
can be like,
outside the school hours.
It, yeah, it can be events. I know they have a bunch of events. Like, I think I signed up for like daddy-daughter dance and maybe like breakfast with Santa. I don't know. There's like events where you can commit time, but then there's also like traffic duty, lunch duty. I don't know what else.
Wow.
I want to do like teacher's aid because like similar. I want to see what Charlie's doing in class and like how she's doing.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to be able to do that.
What a luxury it is to do it too.
Yeah.
Videos of kids.
Yes. You put that, right?
Oh, I did put that. I'm getting to the point where I just wish there were more videos of me and my kids.
Oh,
and there was this, like, I feel like my entire camera roll is full of Steven and the kids and more Steven and the kids and all these really cute moments. And Steven has like these really shitty pictures of me. Or like
Victor barely has any. I have to like ask him to take pictures.
Same. And then it's not natural. And you have to take 100 before you get like 2 good ones, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like these are really fleeting. Oh, this is a central part of me coming out again. I sent Steven this TikTok where this mom was basically asking for the same thing of her husband. And I was thinking about how Instagram boyfriends were really being made fun of in the past, but I feel like they have a great skill set that I wish my husband had.
Totally. And I even think I don't have as many videos of Cassie as I do of Charlie, my older daughter.
Yeah.
Because now a lot of times I'm just like frantic with the two of them, and it's so much harder to capture. Like when it used to be like me and Victor watching Charlie, it'd be like one of us could be watching her and one of us could be taking videos. But now there's so many cute moments of Cassie that are not going to get like memorialized. I know it's dumb. Like our parents didn't have a lot of videos or pictures of us, and it's fine. But like it's so cute, and it's going to be gone soon.
I know.
So Steven, Victor, more videos, please. We're way over time. Should we end on my little name thing, though?
Okay.
I forget if it was a comment or something. And I was like, okay, this person is probably Asian, just based on their name. And these are the names that a few names that I think are primarily Asian Americans have these names.
Jessica.
No, I didn't put that. Because I can think of white Jessicas. Like the Love is Blind girl.
Fair.
Raymond.
Raymond?
Doesn't that sound like an Asian? Raymond Wang.
Everybody loves Raymond.
Okay, but that's like so old.
Okay,
like currently, do you know any non-Asian Raymonds? And they might have picked Raymond because of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Do you know a Raymond Wang?
No.
Okay, give me another one.
Eunice.
Eunice, yes, very Korean.
Do you know any white Eunices?
No.
Yvonne.
Isn't Eunice a Korean name?
Is it? I thought it was an English name.
Oh.
I mean, it's not like Sora.
I only know Korean Eunice.
Yeah. and Jerome.
Wait, what was the one you said before Jerome?
Yvonne.
Yes. I know Black Yvonne's.
Do you? Okay.
I mean, not that multiple. I just know like
one
the actresses.
But like, isn't that an interesting phenomenon? Like, was there a baby book distributed to Asia or something, some sort of influence that made these names so popular?
Wait, Jerome is also
Don't you think? So Jerome was in Love After Divorce.
Okay.
Is a Korean guy. And
We
then
know
we had
Jerome.
we knew a Jerome who was Asian in high school.
Okay.
And I don't know any other Jeromes.
Does that mean that they're only Asians?
Okay, well, it didn't come across my desk.
Okay. Okay, I wish we should turn this into a game.
Yes.
I don't think I would have picked those as Asian, except Eunice. Eunice is a really good one.
Okay.
What about no?
Grace.
That's a hard one. There are a lot
Grace
of Korean
is a
Graces,
popular Korean name, but is it
Mhm.
because a lot of them are Christian?
True.
But yes, isn't it a fun game? Maybe we should do it on TikTok and see what people say in the
Yeah.
comments.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Tune
Please
in next
remember
week. Oh,
to
yes.
rate, review, and
Share
yes, and subscribe.
and DM us. We're lonely. Okay. Bye.
Not that lonely.